Let's continue and call this abuse too. It was a daily occurrence with you. There was always something wrong. I learnt to internalise that feeling of self-loathing, that feeling of worthlessness. I guess you carried that inside of you. Because how else could you throw that onto me? Some days I find it hard to find empathy. Some days I find it easy to pity you. Some days I feel so angry I could tear my hair off my head. Each little strand of hair, rip, rip, rip. That's what you did to me. You ripped the heart that I possess out of my chest, still beating. The blood no longer pumped around my body. I numbed myself to defend myself. I could almost laugh. I had to defend myself against you. Somebody I was supposed to look up to. Somebody I was supposed to admire. Somebody I was supposed to learn from. But how could that have happened? You never grew. Well, you did. You grew tall. But inside, I think you felt very, very small. That feeling of smallness. I don't know what that felt like for you, but for me, it's kind of ruining my dreams. In fact, I can't even remember. Do I have any dreams? Do I have any goals? I think I shut those off. I shut those off with everything else that I shut off. It was easier. It was easier to cope with what you were doing. Later on in my life, I learnt that it was abuse. That what you did was abuse. I now can say, I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of your abuse. Most days it's quite hard. I think I'd prefer sometimes just to lie in my bed and never wake up. You cut very deep through me. You cut deep inside my soul. You took it in the palm of your hand and you shredded it, piece by piece. But now I'm on a mission. And that mission is to piece back together those broken, scattered, shattered, fractured pieces. Each day, I find some of those pieces and I stick them together. They're not the same as what they were when they were without the cracks, when it was pure and perfect. Now it's rigid, but at least it's better to feel those pieces together than have them shattered, scattered on the floor. At least I'm trying to put them back together, back to how it was. But when I say back to how it was, it doesn't make any sense because I don't even know what there was before there was. But I think there was something. I think that was me. Crying all the time. It was the only way I knew how to express that something was deeply wrong. Something around me was not right. And every day I had to fight. Now I'm exhausted. And so I lie in my bed, feeling quite defeated. But I'm not. I haven't lost. I'm just repairing and preparing for the future that's so unknown. But I know in my heart that when the pieces are put back together, When the fractures are healed, there'll be a new woman. And that new woman, I'll keep calling her Flora. Because Flora is the most beautiful woman. Flora has a twinkle in her eye. Flora would never let anyone die. But you did. You let me die. You let me die a long time ago. You wanted to take me to the underworld where you and your soul have been hanging out. You wanted to take me there because if I didn't go there with you, you'd be so lonely. You'd have to sit with your own pain. You might actually even have to deal with it. So you took me there with you. But you pushed me in front so Hades would greet me and he'd forget you. But I faced him, and I continue to face him, something you'll never do. And then, one day, you'll confront him, and he'll take you, and he'll never, ever let you go. I'm strong, stronger than 1,000 soldiers on a battlefield. But I am also weak. Weak for love, weak for validation, weak for being needed. I feel that need, that deep longing to be needed. Because then if I'm needed, then I might be worthy. I might be worth something. But you kept telling me I was worth nothing. But inside, deep inside, I'm going to tell myself I'm worth everything. I'm worth love. I'm worth happiness. I'm worth dreams. And I'm most definitely worth goals. I have to inspire myself. But sometimes it's tiring. Sometimes I just wish I could fall back on someone. And they'd hold me really tight. And they'd let me know I really don't need to fight. The battle has been won. You got what you wanted. But luckily in this battle, there was no real death. There will only be rebirth. The first battle in the world where there will be a rebirth. Normally, when there's a fight, someone might die. And they have no second chance. But my bravery and my strength, that's given me my second chance. And I'll value that second chance. I'll treasure it. I'll cherish it. I'll nurture it. Because those are all the things that I needed. Now, if someone tries to offer me love, support, kindness, I reject it. I reject it because it feels unnatural. It feels weird. So, unconsciously, I try to find people that offer it, but can't really give it. And then, when they can't really give it, it makes me feel comfortable. It makes me feel normal, because why should they give it? Because underneath this mask of beauty, is somebody who believes that they're not really worth it. But it hurts. And maybe tears are dripping down my face as I speak. But it's a release. A release from all the chaos, the pain, the hurt, the drama, the fighting. Always going back to fighting. Again, like I said in this passage, why should I fight you? I just wanted you to love me. And in return, I wanted to love you. I do love you. But that love word is very strange. I don't even know what it really truly means. Is it, if I love you, then you can love me? But then you kept changing the rules. I would try to please you. I'd please you. But then suddenly something else was wrong. Bending the rules all the time. It got so confusing and it got so tiring. I didn't think you would ever stop. In fact, I don't think you would ever stop. So I left. I left far away. But I carried with me the pain, the chaos, the drama, the pieces of my fractured heart. I carried it all with me on my back. My spine has changed shape over the years because carrying that weight of that bullshit all the time, it gets tiring. It aches. And I want to curl up into a shell like a snail. And stay away. Stay far away. Stay far away from you and your abuse.